Steam Cloud Save went out of sync for no fucking good reason a few days ago. I already did this. If you watched the Randomrings Let's Play video of me doing this, or you watched my friend Satellite, and you watched him doing his Say It Spray It stream, of which I was one of the guests he brought on to talk while we spray shit. The thing with co-op is that if you're the host, you get progress. If you are one of the helpers, you do not. So, you have to do... If they're ahead of you, you have to do shit again. Which sucks, but it's what it is. So, on that note... I got to the part where he was when we did our episode together, and well, you'll see in a second. This is at 16%. I started with the drill tower this time. The drill tower is roughly 35%, I think, of the stage. And you want to know how I know that? Because I did it. I was above 50%. Went to go take a shower. Turned the game off, went to go take a shower. Came back. Oh, there's a save conflict issue with what we have in the cloud. Like, good. Don't save anything on the fucking cloud then, you stupid fucking cunt. I tried so hard to fucking, like, revive it. It was done. It was gone. So I get to do the drill tower for a third fucking time. And let me tell you, so far in this game, I don't know if I can think of anything more stressful than the fucking drill tower. So let's have a good chill stream where I do power wash later. How does Trick still having spraying your jet around? No, not anymore. Thanks for asking, Harper. Oh my god. Okay, so it at least saved this front wall, or at least most of it. Narrowly missed out on another RV today. This thing was uglier than a chihuahua chewing a wasp, but it would have been my little wasp chewing choo-choo. Shut up. Fuck off. Shut up. I have to do this all again. I'm angry at you, even though it's not your fault. Anyway, so the band thing. Yeah, we played one show. I actually did make lyrics for songs I did not write. It was very interesting. Good experience overall. Oh, I'm still above $5,000 though. Did it just, like, remove... Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. No, okay. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. Anyway. We played the show. Unfortunately, around the time that was happening, stuff with his other band that he already had and had been doing shows with and, like, recording an EP with and shit prior to us all getting together to jam, the three of us. He was like, I don't know if this thing's gonna work out. He was like, I'm already doing this, I have a full-time job. I was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. I was like, I can go, I can keep doing this, I don't give a shit, but, like, I totally understand. And that's obviously, like, you know, I don't want to be like, oh, well, no, we gotta keep going. If one of us is, you know, blowing a flat tire, the rest of us can't go keep doing this shit. And the drummer entirely agreed. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, hey, if you ever, you know, at this point, because we hung out a few times, and, like, a lot of the practices were just them going on a smoke break, and I didn't smoke, so it was just me shooting the shit, talking to me. We had such a good fucking time. I learned shit from them, they learned shit from me, you know. And, I was like, this is good, because this is better than, like, the relationship we had in high school, because I was a little fucking shit. And yeah, I was, so after the fact, I was like, yeah, if you ever want to, like, at any time you want to do anything like this again, let me know. I hope I'm available, and, like, if you want to hang out or something, like, I think at this point we're pretty much just friends. Like, we're in the, I'm sorry I was too much of a shithead to, like, pursue that as a kid. I think I told them that. Maybe I just imagined I told them that. Because that was one of my big, like, life regrets at the time. Which is ironic, because I don't hang out with the guitarist or the drummer. I talk to the drummer every once in a while on social media. I don't talk to the guitarist anymore. But, like, I was always, like, that was one of my big things because in high school, like, we had similar friend groups. We had similar, like, experiences to a degree. And we had a lot of similar, like, ideals and, like, interest and shit. and kind of sort of like our personalities like went decently okay together. And I was like, but I was like, I don't know if this is supposed to be a business thing, like, because most of the bands I start just fall through because they don't want to play the kind of music I want to play, or they're like, they don't want to do the kind of effort I want to put into doing this shit. And in this case, I was like, this is someone else who wants to do music, like, he understands this shit. And so, but like, I always told, like, friends that didn't know him too, I was like, one of my biggest life regrets, like, if I could go back and change a thing about my life again, like, I'd probably, like, instead of being a little asshole and being conflicted on it, to just be like, you know, the reason I say this isn't like, ugh, I want to be his friend. It was because, like, there were clearly times where, like, I would come over for practice, we'd practice for a little bit, he was, like, clearly down, and then we'd go out in this backyard where they had shit still set up for, like, you know, like, kids that would come over and shit. So it was, like, it was his mom's house, we were in high school, and we'd go out in, like, the little play set, and he'd go out there and, like, pull out a cigarette and, like, start smoking, and he'd just talk to me about girl shit for, like, hours. And we just talk about life. And I went from that to, like, and I kept going back and forth with, like, wait a minute, I don't know if I trust, like, you know, and I was so fucking wonky. And anyone else who was probably on the outside looking in and, like, knew me well, like, my close friends at the time probably would have been like, just be friends with him. Like, this isn't hard, Aiden. This isn't a hard decision to make. You can just be friends with this person you enjoy the company of. Like, this is kind of how this works. It doesn't have to be a big, abusive, terrible fucking experience for you to, like, be friends. So I always told a bunch of people, like, that didn't know him at all, like, later. I was like, that's one of my biggest life regrets, is that I didn't, like, I don't want to say biggest life regrets as much as, like, so much of, like, a, I mean, I called it life regret at the time, but I feel like overall it's less of a regret and more of, like, I kind of want to know where my life would have gone, and, like, if it would have changed drastically or, like, at all, if I would have, like, spent more time with him. And again, the reason I say that and don't feel creepy about it is because, like, again, we a lot of the times we would just chill and talk. Because, like, the songs weren't, like, you know, because now I write a bunch of prog rock and prog metal shit. So, like, if that shit were happening every practice with something like I was doing, I'm like, we better already have our fucking shit down and be good. But, like, the thing was, between the two of us, like, we were both competent musicians for our age. Like, we already knew. And for the genre we were playing, like, we were solid. Like, I knew all the parts. If I had a question or anything, I'd ask. And I'd, like, jot down notes and shit for stuff I'd, like, have problems, like, forgetting. And I'd practice it all at home frequently. And then, yeah, when we all practiced together for a little bit, I'd be like, yeah, I know all the songs. Here we go. Done. Easy peasy. So, like, yeah, we just chill. Because for all intents and purposes, if it was strictly a, like, business transaction, you know, we're in a high school band, so, like, no, it's not, but, like, you know what I mean. If we were purely like, okay, you're in the band and that's it, like, I don't think that would have occurred. So I think there was clearly, like, a mutual interest there. And I didn't pursue that because I was, like, scared. I was like, well, he's gonna think I'm weird if I do that, you know. But then, lo and behold, you do that again when you're, you know, in your mid-20s. It's a lot different, you know? It was a fun experience. Like, if he ever wanted to do, like, a music project like that again, I'd probably be like, yeah, sure, let's give it a shot. I trust you. But, like, for the most part, like, if I'm going to do a band again, I'd probably do it without those two. And that's not me throwing shade, it's just, like, I know what I want to do with a band, and I don't think it really fits the kind of stuff that the two of them want to do. But I would do shit with both of them again in a heartbeat. But yeah, I did vocals live. And it was a fun experience. And I was like, I improved, like, a lot. And I didn't realize until I was playing in front of people. I was like, I've become a better vocalist. I'm still not great, but I'm definitely better than I was. Now I'm, like, way better than I was then. I have a lot better control over my voice. That's part of why, like, lately I've been thinking about it and I've been yearning for it. But also, thoughts of me, like, doing a band again were more of a, like, I don't know if it's the right time right now moment when there wasn't a pandemic. Which there still currently is. But now it's, like, enough people are vaccinated enough to where I feel like I'm not as scared to, like, wear a mask, go on stage, have the mask off, not jump into the crowd like I used to, and then, you know, play the show, be done, put on the mask, and get the gear and leave. Which sucks, because I like the mingling, like, portion of, you know, live shows. I liked networking. I liked, being, because I think part of my social anxiety is innately feeling like people want to take advantage of me. And it's not to say in live music they don't, because they do. But, like, there I was like, I know my skill set and I know my experience. And I kind of sort of know what to look for in people like that. So I was like, okay. Like, I'm not completely not gullible. But I'm not easy prey either. So I'm like, I'm okay. You know? So, like... Is that... No, it's a shadow. Yeah, I've been kind of missing it. I think what I would need to do is get a full-time job and save up money and slave away at a job I fucking hate, and then find another job in another state, and then move somewhere where more people are less likely to, you know, come find me after a show when they, you know, clock me, and then come and clock my face. If that makes sense. The other reason, too, is because you're probably thinking, oh my god, Aiden, face reveal! No. I have a thing planned for that. I haven't done it yet, because I'm not doing live shows, I'm not in a band, but, like, I have a thing for that. I just, knowing this area, like, even the people who aren't rednecks, they all play the same fucking music. I don't want to do a band here, I don't think. Because this is gonna sound pompous as shit, but I would be settling. Like, I would be doing live shows just to do live shows, which is not a bad thing, but I feel like I'd be doing it in genres that I normally would not want to do myself, just because it's better than nothing. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. Like, that was the nice thing about those two dudes that I just talked about, is that, like, we were playing music that I liked to play. Like, it was cool coming up with shit with him. With both of them, really. But I kind of know what, like, I primarily write, and what I think I would want to do in, like, an ideal band setting, and, like... You have to throw a lot of those preconceptions away. Also, the main thing, and this is gonna sound weird considering what I just said, but, like, the next band I want to be in, ideally, is one where I am not the primary writer, and neither is anybody else. Which is why I kind of said, you know, like, the dream band I've been thinking of recently, which fluctuates over time, but the one recently, over the past, like, year and a half or 2 years, or maybe just a year and a half, I think, has been me on vocals, like an occasional guitar, a bassist, a guitarist. It's like the designated, like, this is like the guitar section of the band, is this one person, and then, like, a keyboardist. And so that means everybody, if you think about that, really, for the most part, it means everybody's got their own little thing to do, and that can mix together. And as long as we sound, like, cohesive, and, like, we're playing music together and not on top of each other, then, I think that would work out really well. And, like, the main thing with the metal band, too, and, like, the thing that sucks is that, like, I spent years playing live music with that band when I was a kid, and in a metal band, and I had to do a jazz ensemble thing so I could get into college, which I ended up dropping out of music-wise anyway. And, like, in hindsight, Some of the songs definitely had creative input from me, and they sound different without me. But as far as writing credits go, I only had one song. Years and years of playing live music, and only one song we played was written by me. Live, anyway. Even in practice, like, most of this shit wasn't me. In the metal band, it was mostly what the vocalist wrote. We did, like, I think 2 songs that were maybe written by the drummer? Maybe? And then one by me. And I think one... No, I don't think we ever played that live. No, I think we did. There was one by one of the other guitarists that we played live. Everything else was, like, the vocalist's shell. There were plans to change that later, that the vocalist was okay with. But, you know, I never got to see that plan come to fruition. Because I quit. And then I started Lexi Karma. The only regret I have is that I stayed as long in that metal band as I did. I feel like there was a lot of time and money invested into something I ultimately ended up not fucking caring about. And regretting. Like, it was a bunch of problematic fucking cis bros, and it was a bunch of people that, like, if I didn't know them and I met them now, I'd be like, wow, what a bunch of fucking shitheads. Like, their music is interesting, but the people behind it, you know, for the most part, are not people I think I want to spend that much time with. Ooh, I've been sitting in a weird position like this whole fucking time we switched to Power Wash Simulator and my foot's asleep. I'm gonna clean this up first, because the scaffolding kind of gets in the way of some of these parts when you do this. Oh, oopsie. Hold on. Oh, I'm moving the mouse with my... I'm moving the mouse's wire with my foot. With my piggies. With my little piggies. Did I ever add Lava Reef Act 1 to this playlist? I don't think I did. Yeah, I need to add songs to this tomorrow. There's a lot of songs on the list, but it's not like a lot. Because, you know, the Sonic franchise is pretty big. It's a lot of music. So yeah, my, just playing the Sonic Heroes soundtrack live cover band, coming soon to a venue near you. But no. Like I said the other night, the music it sounds like it's like prog rock but soft. It's like, but like then it has heavy moments. So when the heavy moments occur, it's like whoa. It's like post-hardcore prog synth indie rock. That's the idea. That's the thought I've been having recently. That's what I've been dreaming of recently. I don't know why. So, like I said last time too, if you hear some Lexi Karma shit in the future that sounds like that, I was probably brainstorming it around the time I was streaming Power Wash Simulator. How about that shit? I kind of like that about how transparent a lot of creators are now, because they have to do a lot of different things now to keep up with revenue. Like, you know, like a lot of musicians are also just popular on like TikTok and Twitter. a lot of people that are like writing their own independent music are like also like on OnlyFans, you know, like the reason I think this is cool is because like there's a lot of people that are like, oh my god, this fucking Led Zeppelin song, you can really tell Robert Plant was like aching from this one thing we know about on the surface level. Meanwhile, Robert Plant was probably thinking about whatever the fuck he saw when he was on acid, and forgetting the names of teenagers he sexually fucking harassed in in the heyday of Led Zeppelin. Which, if you think I'm being heated or maudlin or just salty about Led Zeppelin existing or some shit right now, go look up all the girls that were fucking when they were touring. Because they were, young women. Anyway, and a lot of those people actually around that time were, a lot of the people, I'm very glad, not just for fidelity reasons, I'm very glad that, like, the classic rock era is dying out, and, like, Zoomers just, like, don't fucking care about that genre. When they hear it in, like, a Marvel movie, they're like, what the fuck is that obnoxious fucking sound? I'm like, yeah, good. As someone who doesn't hate that shit, good. I'm glad you fuckers think David Bowie is overrated as fuck. I'm glad you fucking youngins think that fucking Led Zeppelin sucks dick. I'm glad that you think Black Sabbath is, like, one of the most overrated fucking things on the planet. I'm so grateful. That also means a lot of you might make, like, maybe more unique music, because your influences will be from something else. All metal has been inspired by Black Sabbath and Pantera for fucking, like, 50 years. It's... People are like, oh, this is whiny, oh, this is shit, whatever. Oh, Tesseract barely has, like, a fucking conceivable melody line. It's like, good, fuck it. It's different, it's new. If you hate it, go listen to the Holy Diver album for the 5 millionth time, fucking cunt. Go listen to More Than Words and seethe on your own fucking hypocrisy. Anyway, what the fuck? I'm on a ramble. I mean, I guess that's the point of this, huh? What am I supposed to do? Talk about Power Wash Simulator? But yeah, in other words, like, what I'm saying, though, is, like, people will glorify this thing they hear about, you know? Like, it's a surface level thing, like, you don't know the celebrity. Like, I do not believe that every song Freddie Mercury wrote, or performed on, or lyrics he wrote, or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't think he was thinking about Cox and AIDS the entire time. I'm sure it was a factor into his creative process, sure. But, like, people act like everything they know on a surface level, like Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love shit even. Like, shit that's, like, not even as old as Freddie Mercury. Not even as old as Queen. Like, people will be like, oh, this person was dealing with drug abuse back then at the time. I hate to tell ya. Whatever fucking funny little characters in your little music world you've heard of that you hear about they're going to rehab, guarantee the year they were caught with, like, narcotics somewhere, or like held their wife hostage for narcotics, or turned themselves into fucking rehab. I guarantee you they were already struggling with that shit years prior to what you know. Because they're people. You hear about little snippets of things that happened in their lifetime in, like, 20 seconds to, like, a week. And to you, it's their lifetime. Because that's who they are in your life, because they are strangers. But people will glorify the fuck out of this shit. Whereas, like, you have shit today, like, I haven't listened to their new stuff, but Flummox, where it's like, this song is about cis men being afraid of fucking trans women because they want to decry transness, but won't take it in the ass. Obviously, it's down to preference, but also Bundle of Sticks is a fucking funny song. Anyway, shit like that, where it's like, and there's other, and the other bands are just like, oh, this is really deep song that all the fucking, like 21-year-old girls cry to at our concerts. It's about, like, the scene in Stardust where Robert De Niro's in a dress, like, like, it's so fucking cool, this transparency of shit. Sometimes it devolves into stupid fucking drama. And I'm not talking about, like, sexual assault allegations. Those are not silly, those are important to talk about. They're not drama, they're fucking things that should be discussed and warned of. But, I'm talking about, like, I don't know, like, oh my god, you broke up with this girlfriend, or like, oh, you guys did this, that, the other. Like, shit that shouldn't be part of the discussion. I mean, it can be, but it's like, there's stuff where it's like, what's the point, you know, of discussing it? It's their life, fuck them. You don't know them. Like, the same rule that applies to, like, What's-Her-Fuck from Left at London, and, like, Flummox, and, like, I don't know, even, like, Lil Nas X, like, still applies to the shit I just said about, like, Robert Plant and Jimmy Page and Freddie Mercury and like, Rob Halford and shit. Phil Anselmo. God forbid Phil Anselmo. Fuck that fucking guy. I love how I'm always like, I'm not even gonna bring up Pantera, I'm not even gonna mention them, and then I do, but, like, I just surround it with, like, fuck them, fuck these racists, fuck these idiots. Oh, God. Oh, hello? Here's a bunch of shit. Here's a bunch of shit. Here's a bunch of shit. Oh, nice. That's the only nice thing about this fucking drill tower. Actually, I'm assuming because I got that whole front wall. The only reason I'm not looking on the inside right now is because I distinctly recall that I did the whole inside first and then did the outside. Just to make sure there weren't any hiccups like we ran into when Sat and I did this. Which you can find out about by watching either his VOD, Say It and Spray It number 3 with Random Rings, or watching my new video, called I Went on Satellites Power Simulator Show. Both are an entertaining watch, and if you watch his whole VOD, you'll hear discussions I did not put in the video, if you can imagine such a thing. Yeah. I think I legit did just get most of that by doing that shit. Okay, how's this wall look? That wall's good. This wall's good. I love the creepy just onset, like, here's the gunk. So as you can see, like I was saying earlier, just cleaned 3 whole walls of this drill tower. Almost done with this drill tower, and it's not even half the fucking stage. I like fake relay. I should put, oh, I have a Twitter thread. I don't know if I talked about the Twitter thread on stream before. I have a Twitter thread I started a few months ago. It's just there to antagonize people. It's bad. It's called Aiden's Sonic Takes. And I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's just, it's not like fake takes, it's stuff I do more or less believe. I feel like half of those shit that's like not even really worth like discussing. Like the first one is just like, if they bring Bark the polar bear back, he should be in his like weird fucking like bear ape like stature. Because I like that about Bark when he debuted. I see a lot of like fan shit and stuff, and they're trying to just turn him into like another Sonic character or like a furry, and I'm like, cool, but like, I like that he was like ape-like. Like, I like that he moved around like a fucking angry bear with boxing gloves. I thought that was fucking cool. And one of the reasons I think it's so fucking like in Relativity fascinating to me is because none of the other Sonic characters really move like that. That's one of the things I love about Sonic the Fighters, is that, like, each character has their own personality, and it's so fucking apparent. Like, it's, like, genuinely really fucking cool to see. Like, for example, on the opposite end, like Soul Calibur 4, for example, like, who are these people? It's a bunch of people with swords, and then, like, Darth Vader and Yoda. Like, it's a lot harder. Like, you can tell, like, Voldo and Yoshimitsu are weird. You can tell that Ivy's a fucking cougar. That's like, it. Like, their movesets, like, show more of their personality, who they are as, like, fighters, probably. Like, you can tell, like, oh, Maxie and Talum are probably going to be quicker. That's how they move. Cervantes and Nightmare are going to be more stiff. Tira and Voldo are going to be fucking wonky as shit. Like, you know? Like, that's cool. But, like, in comparison, just, like, the cartoony fucking shit of, like, Sonic the Fighters is just like, oh my god, it's so fucking good. And they never did anything like that ever again. Like, the most cartoonish fucking game they came out with after that game was, like, what, Sonic Shuffle? And then they just never did it again. Like, I wish they would go back to that kind of, like, fucking goofy manga, like, comic book strip, like, kind of shit. I really liked that about that aesthetic of, like, Sonic the Fighters and whatnot. But yeah, my Sonic takes things just like that. I should add that to my Sonic Adventure take, that Amy is actually one of the best campaigns in the game. A lot of people, when I tell people that, are like, duh. And then other people are like, you are a fucking moron. What is wrong with you? And I'm like, you can control her. She doesn't move as fast. And she can fling around in the air, and it's kind of fun to watch her flip around and shit. And Zero is, like, legitimately terrifying sometimes. Like, there's nothing else in the game quite like it. It's something. For its time, it's pretty neat. I'm not necessarily saying it's, like, one of the best moments in the franchise, or, like, that it's, like, particularly fucking crazy fun or anything, but, like, in relativity to the rest of the game, it's fun. In relativity. Because, like, Gamma's plays well and isn't that, like, long, but it's boring. Like, holding in the B button to moving around and just narrowly avoiding, like, people kind of slowly walking into you and shit, or like a dash panel flinging you into a bunch of spikes or some shit. It's like, it's not that fun overall, really. People really like Gamma's theme. I think that's the main draw. Teach their own, I suppose. I don't think Big's campaign is, like, fucking fun at all. Knuckles' treasure hunting is more tolerable than it was in Adventure 2? That's just because of the radar system. Everything else about it sucks. Which sucks because Knuckles isn't, like, unfun to control. But he's, like, his overall gameplay is, like, not the fun either. Tails is just Sonic again. There's not much to be said. A lot of people are like, oh, fuck the Tails campaign. I'm like, I guess. But, like, the rest of the game's not any better, so I guess I'd rather play the Tails campaign. Like, gun pointed at somebody was like, you have to play one of these. I guess and it can't be the Sonic one. I guess I'd pick the Tails one. Because I know, like, I know what to do. I already know what to do from playing the Sonic. And, like, it'd be over quickly. Go, 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 go. Oh my god, scaffolding, you suck. I'm just gonna run around the building. I don't give a shit. Run around the room, around the room, run around the room, around the room, around the room, around the room, around the room. kiss your mom. But yeah, those are some of my Sonic hot takes. Yeah, I should add the Amy one. There was one I was gonna add after I added the last one, which was about Unleashed. But, like, I forgot what it was. I could do a whole thread that's just, like... Actually, no, that's not true. I never beat Unleashed. So I can't do too many hot takes on Unleashed. The funny thing to me, and I don't have much to say about this, but the initial statement that's in my brain, because that's just what this stream is, I guess, anyway. The weird thing about, like, Sonic Unleashed, like, oh, this is a hot take on Sonic Unleashed. It's like, the thing about hot takes on Sonic Unleashed is only a hot take to the Sonic fan base. Like, most people who are just, like, casually play games and, like, don't really care that much about, like, Sonic are either gonna be like, oh, is that the one with the werehog? Is that the one where he turns into a werewolf? And, like, most of the rest of the people are just gonna be like, oh, I heard that game sucks cock. Like, that's like, it. You're not gonna be able to have an actual discussion with them. It's just gonna, you're either gonna have to go, oh, okay, well, I really like that game, maybe you should try it sometime. Or you're gonna have to go, which is what most Sonic Unleashed fans do. I don't know. It's funny and silly to me, I guess. That's all. Oh, I can't believe I have to do this fucking shit. Well, I guess I don't need the scaffolding now. That's nice. Let's do the roof first, just to make this less monotonous in my fucking brain. You don't need the scaffolding for this at all. Is that my favorite game we're talking about? Sonic Unleashed? Did you, like, smell me talking about Sonic Unleashed set? Well, welcome. I was about to change topic. Yes, good. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm talking shit about Sonic Unleashed fans. Tell me your... Tell me in exchange, since I'm being an asshole at 1 in the morning. Because you know me. Give me a spicy, juicy fucking hot take. Just a real fucking hard-hitter hot take about a Sonic game you know I like. It can be as easy as colors. Like, I don't care. It could be anything. Give me the fucking spicy one. So I can feel guilt. This is better than feeling nothing. Baited into it is a fucking stretch. I'm literally asking for it. Sonic Colors is dull and unfun and unfocused. I mean, those are things you can say about it, but those are very, like, opinionated. Like I can't really combat that. Because I don't... Unfocused is a very general term, but I find that interesting. Because all those... I think you've told me that before. I think you've used the term unfocused about it before, which is interesting to me. I don't think it's dull. I think Colors is exciting. But to each their own, I guess. I can see where someone would think it's dull. And if you think it's dull, it's definitely unfun. So, yeah, I mean, I can see that. I don't feel that way about the game, but I see that. We'll save the real juicy shit for when you stream Sonic Colors and bring me on, and then we'll just get into an unloaded fucking fight in front of a bunch of people, and it'll be really fucking funny. All these different, like, all these levels are different styles with no real consistency. Okay, I'm gonna read the whole thing before I go off of that point. Another word I can use is gimmicky. I don't mean the wisps, I mean how they cut out all the drifting and quick-stepping bits of Unleashed and throw them in these mini segments of stages where nothing happens at all. Okay. I don't see why okay, so your first point, sure, you're not wrong. You're wrong, and that's what I'm saying while I ban you. I don't see that as a bad thing, like, at all. Like, I like that one. I mean, it also, like, the theme of the game is a theme park that he's finally made, like, big galactic Eggman land. So, like, I wouldn't say it's unfocused. I wouldn't say it's not consistent. I would say it's as inconsistent as a planetary amusement park. But also, like, I can see that. Like, again, that's, like, accurate. It's not wrong. It's just I don't see it as a bad thing. I think it wouldn't be a bad thing if any of it was fun. And there's our big disconnect, I guess. And we'll talk about that, I guess, when you stream it eventually, if that ever happens. Because that's also true, I suppose. I can't wait till we stream it and then you end up liking it. Can't wait. I'm just kidding. I don't care, buddy. You can hate one of my favorite Sonic games. It's cool with me. It's interesting. It's genuinely interesting to me that you super don't fucking like it. If that happens, then good, I guess. The $50 purchase is... No, just emulate it on Dolphin. I don't want to play the shitty version. If we're gonna talk about it critically, let's play the fucking good version. I will come to your fucking place of residence and bring my fucking Wii U. Actually, I guess we don't need to do that, because you also can play Wii games, I guess. I will bring Sonic Colors Wii. As far as the quick-stepping bits and drifting... I don't know what you mean by nothing happens. Like, especially in comparison to Unleashed, I feel like the same shit happens. You run around in a place, you run forward a lot, like you do in Unleashed and Generations and Colors. And Forces, but we don't have to talk about Forces. we don't have to talk about Forces. I don't know. It's boost engine shit. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That was a juicy one, though. Good job, Sat. You did a juicy one. You did exactly what I asked. You did exactly what I asked. Fuck yeah. It's like a disconnect in the sense that you can't use the abilities whenever, so now I feel... Oh, like with the wisps... Oh, you mean... Oh, wait. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. You can drift in the 3D sections. It's just like Generations, where it goes 2D and 3D a lot more. It's definitely more polarizing than it was Unleashed. I'll give you that, but I personally see that as an improvement. So I don't... Again, this is something I understand what you mean now, but I don't have... I think this is, like, either, like, a neutral, like, thing or a good thing. No, I was wrong. Because now I know exactly what you're talking about. Now I know what you're talking about, so no, you can't. You absolutely can't. I know what you're talking about now. You can't. I was wrong. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's scripted, but so are all the loop-de-loops and shit. Like, Sonic has had that shit since Sonic 1. Like, I don't really have a problem with it. And all the boost engine games do that. Even Rush does that. Rush does it, Rush Adventure does it, Unleashed super fucking does it, Color super fucking does it. It's like half of Generations. Generations is like a fucking really good roller coaster. I don't like the wisps, but they're not what I dislike most about that game. I think the wisps genuinely might be the thing I dislike most about the game. There's probably something else, but I can't think of it. I like Rush, but I totally, more so than Colors, I totally understand why, not just you, but like Not the band. This is the opposite of me talking to people about the police. I'm like, not the band. I will choose the path that's clear. Fuck! Damn it! What's wrong? What's wrong, Getty? It's a fucking pitfall again! This is like the 7th one of the fucking stage. You can't see the right of the fucking screen. This is bullshit. Yeah, I like Rush. Rush Adventure is definitely better in that aspect. If Rush Adventure has like a ROM hack where you don't have to do the touch mini games, that's like the perfect Sonic Rush experience. If it weren't for that, Rush Adventure would be like absolutely, positively one of the best fucking Sonic games ever made. But that's not the reality we live in. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. You can choose a path that's clear or no, you can choose from phantom fears or kill. I will choose the path that's clear. I will choose free will. Yeah. I'm a fake Rush fan over here. Oh, sad. I don't remember if I told you. The reason I'm doing this part and I'm at 36% is because Steam overwrote my save with its cloud bullshit a few days ago. So, the drill tower is done, and that is the 3rd time I have had to do that fucking drill tower. And if I have to do it again after this, I'm going to fucking assassinate someone at Steam. Why is Safety Dance the only song anyone knows? Because people in the, what is that, 70s? 80s? Since top 40 is a thing that people have cared about after, like, the big band era, nobody gives a shit about actual talent. That's why. That's why Men Without Hats. That's why Men at Work. That's why I Live in Color. It's a big parlor trick show. Even then, I was thinking about that the other day. Pop artists here even like that, though, because when a lot of people say that, especially people like me who write rock music, people instantly think I mean, like, oh, metal doesn't survive. Oh, the music industry's dead. I don't mean that, because I also mean pop artists, because the other day I was watching the Tiny Desk concert with Alicia Keys, and I was like, holy shit, Alicia Keys fucking slaps. And I've, like, never listened to barely any of her shit. And a lot of people know a lot of songs by Alicia Keys. Or I've heard them, but like, don't really talk about how like fucking awesome of a like performer she is. Safety Dance is a goddamn banger. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the best on its own album. No, this is a new concept. No, yeah, because back then you had to make you had to make a seller, you know, to get people to buy your fucking album. Even Metallica fucking did that shit. Is this gunk? Am I done? No. Shit. Fuck. Shit. This sucks. I guess I could buy a metal cleaner. I've literally never used this before. This is a Random Rings first. Aiden is gonna use the cleaning liquid. I think I bought 11 things of cleaner before Steam killed my save file. I bought like... Yeah, I think I bought all that. Congrats on your... Thank you. I'm really growing as a content creator. Speaking of bangers, why don't y'all scramble for my core some more? Alright, how does this work? How does this work? You just, like... You also need the soap nozzle? What is this, some fucking crypto shit? This game sucks. Square Enix would make me pay more. Does the 1500 have a soap nozzle? Oh, it does. It's $75 fucking dollars. Suck and fuck my life dry. Give my life the rim job of its life. How do you deal with this? Yeah, no cleaner attached. Oh, because you have to actually fucking equip it? That's obnoxious. Alright. Well, here we go. Can you? Alright. Holy shit! Holy fuck! Wait, is this the whole wall? Is this the whole fire exit? It is. Okay, cool. Now we can... Oh, it's on the right... It's on the bumpers with everything else. And it tells you which liquid it is. I'm gonna switch to another just in case I accidentally fire it off at some point. But, yeah, cool. Awesome. Recommend spurts, not a constant stream. But that's none of my business. No, yeah. Cool. Noted. Yeah, I saw you doing it when I edited the Randomrings Let's Play video of us playing, which was a pain in the ass because Discord. So here's the fun thing about that video. The reason why you, Satellite 54son, sound like shit in that video is not your fault, obviously. It's because I had to fucking... So I was like, oh, you can, I was gonna suggest you record Audacity, but I didn't think of it, and then we started going live, because we were running late, because I fucked up everything on my audio. And, so it turns out, the reason I talked about that was because I thought I still had Discord set to where Discord and all the other PC audio would be on the same audio track on the recording. But it turns out I did something nice for myself and actually made it work to where Discord is on a separate output. So whoever is in Discord will be on its own audio track, and the game audio and everything going through my PC, other than Discord, would be on its own separate audio track, which is fucking awesome. However, I didn't realize that that was a thing I already set up because it had been so long since I used that. So I did not have the Discord track enabled on the recording to save space for recordings where I'm not using Discord. So I go and put the fucking video file in Sony Vegas. There's the game audio. There's my mic. Talking to myself. talking to someone. I was thinking about downloading the VOD to put Satellite 54 face webcam on and like bits from the chat anyway. But then I realized, oh, now I literally have to do that. On top of that, I don't know if you've watched that VOD back, but like the power washer noise on your end is so fucking loud. So that's why, for anybody who watches my video back, that's why Sat sounds like shit. Because I put an EQ on it, it did sound worse. Because it's me taking out the hiss of the power wash without fucking, while still being able to audibly understand what he's saying. That's understandable. But yeah. Glad you're here. I think I talked about that a little bit on another stream, but now you're here, so I can just tell you, hey, if you watch my video back, that's why you sound like shit, but don't fret, because you sounded worse. And initially, you didn't sound like anything at all, because I fucked up. I did something nice for myself and fucked up. Did you tweak it when you went with Hupfen? Because I didn't notice it as bad when you were with Hupfen. Maybe I just notice these things more when I'm editing. Because then it's something that's like on me. Didn't touch it? Okay, that was in my head then. Wonderful. There's a separate setting for it, because like right now you can't hear my shit like at all. But it's just because I have the power washer itself turned down way fucking lower. That's what I do. The water volume's like way down, and everything else is normal. Scares the shit out of you when you're watching a quiet VOD, though. I was watching Aaron's Mario Kart VOD, and like, you know, it's just a Twitch VOD, so it was like pretty quiet. But like, I was like, okay, that's fine. But I was playing Power Wash Simulator on the other monitor, and every fucking ding was, and like, when my boots like go off, like when I'm doing shit, was just like the most horrendous fucking thing. It'd just be like Aaron and Mistaken giving each other shit about something, just like, haha, this is fucking silly, Aaron, why would you say this silly thing? And then just I'm like, fuck, I was crashing into my fucking window. So fucking good. That was a good VOD too. It made me lol quite a few times. I still gotta figure out what we're doing for Streamiversary. I still gotta find something fun to do that isn't just like, a few of my friends are playing Jackbox. Not that I have a problem with us playing Jackbox, but if I can figure out something, you know, figure out something a little more like, hey, this is a thing we're all doing and we can all do it, and you don't need prior knowledge of like another video game or something, you know. The PS1 memory card is third party. Oof. Oof. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? That is so weird. I've never heard of anything like that ever before. With anything. What the fuck? Yeah, but like, if that were a Xenogears exclusive problem, like, he would probably have figured it out by now. Why would it write data differently in a way that the memory card doesn't fucking like? What the fuck? It's so weird. I mean, because the save files are the same format, or at least they should be. So, like, it'd have to be, like, 1 or 2 strings of information that are fucking with the memory card. In other words, the memory card's borked. Like, they shouldn't be an issue. What the fuck? That's so weird. I wish I had money. I want to buy Digimon World 2. I want to play weird PS1 games. Ooh, actually, no. Before that, we need to stream Threads of Fate. I need to stream Threads of Fate at some point. Because not a soul has heard of that game. And I still have it, and I like it. I wonder if I like it or hate it more now than I did when I played it for the channel way back in the day. That review's down too. I think there's like 1 or 2 videos where I talk about it on my channel. But like, the review's gone now, so it's like, what the fuck is Threads of Fate and why did you review it? And Ape Escape. I also have Ape Escape. We're probably gonna do Final Fantasy VIII before we do any of those, though, sadly. Next year's big RPG, I don't know if we're gonna do Final Fantasy VIII next year, though, because next year's big RPG is gonna be probably fucking shitty-ass, Lord of the Rings Third Age. Well, I guess I don't know if it's, like, super shitty, because I haven't played it in years. Watch me love it. Watch me fucking love Lord of the Rings The Third Age for the Nintendo GameCube. Watch me absolutely fucking adore that game. Been making fun of it for years, and I'll finally play it on stream and be like, wow, best game ever made? Interesting. Was this not cleaning all this shit? It's not. This is some thick goop. Yeah, I feel that. I was really excited about it having co-op. I was really excited about whatever the evil mode is called. I think it's literally just called evil mode. That is still a cool idea. Evil mode is actually genuinely like a cool, fun, and like seemingly decently well executed idea. Everything else about it is pretty much just like standard fucking turn-based RPG. I liked... See, back then, there weren't a lot of games like that that had, like, spatial reasoning. Like, games like that that aren't just, like, RTSs, like Fire Emblem and Disgaea are, like, pretty few and far between. So, that's something I really liked at the time about the Third Age. Now I feel like there are probably, like, a lot of games that do that way better. Even, like, South Park Fractured But Whole, as much as I never will condone a fucking South Park property ever, that was something I found interesting about those games. Not that they did it, because they're not the first to do it, just that, like, because it's the South Park RPG series, and they were like, hey, let's do something that not a lot of people are doing. I found that intriguing. Not enough to buy the games and play them, though, because fuck that shit. Fuck South Park. Fuck that fucking shit. They make fun of everybody, so it's fine. Okay. It's okay, they make fun of every minority, so it's fine. Awesome. I was really skeptical about all these fucking really transphobic jokes in this show. But now you put it that way, yeah, I guess I was just being a stuck-up bitch. Thanks, South Park fan. No problem. I'm not salty. I'm not salty about things. But yeah, this year's like, it's weird because like there's still fucking 4 months left of this month. Or this year. Wow, 4 months left of this month, Aiden. 4 months left of this month, Aiden. There's still 4 months left of this year, but like, because all of the game plans I have are like big, drawn out things that I've been planning for a while, it already feels like the year's fucking ending for me. Which sucks. But it makes me excited for what's gonna... the stuff that might happen next year. Which is basically just Lord of the Rings Third Age and, like, Hades God Mode. I think we're gonna do Hades God Mode run before we do Third Age. Probably. Probably. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it in, like, probably January. Because I have a weird sneaking suspicion something's gonna fuck up with the Pokemon Soul Silver playthrough, and we're still gonna be playing that game, like, into 2023. Even though it's not a Nuzlocke. We're getting towards the end of Johto, though. I think we're about at the point where we can... I think next stream we can realistically probably fight Claire and be like, fine? If it were a Nuzlocke at our current levels, I would not go into Claire. But it's not a Nuzlocke. I'll probably, like, put all my money with Mom or something, and then go fight Claire next Monday. And then we can do early Elite 4, which definitely won't take forever. I think, like, even casually, I think, like, 5 streams of the Diamond Nuzlocke playthrough were just me, like, playing the Elite Four, grinding for the Elite Four, Trying to get money so I can buy more shit so we don't die during the Elite Four. God, the Diamond Nuzlocke series is such a fucking shit show. Next year, if I'm not burned out the fuck on RPGs, depending on how long Third Age lasts, we're also going to do that Omega Ruby randomizer, which I'm like super fucking excited about. But there's just other shit I've been talking about for years that I want to get out of the way first. It's going to be really weird because on my big list of like, here's the games I'm going to stream. I have them ranked with like how much I really want to do them on a scale of like 1 to 5. 1 being like, it's an idea, maybe I'll get around to it one day. To 5 being like, this, we're prioritizing this over all else. So a lot of the games are 4s. I think most of them are like 3s. We only have like 5 5s left without looking at it off the top of my head. It's Bastion, Bug Fables, Omega Ruby Randomizer Nuzlocke, Ultrasun Randomizer Nuzlocke, Third Age. I think that's it. AM2R is a 4. Only because I don't want to play it without Sat. It's the only reason why. For all intents and purposes, my excitement for it is a 5. But it's only a 4 because I can't just like randomly go do it. You know, I have to like plan it out with him. Yeah. It's my reaction to Moogles. No Moogles in 4? I never noticed, because I just assumed because I didn't ever see any because it was a randomizer, because I only watch you play it. I'm playing 5 first. that bucked me off the seesaw. I'm playing 5 first. No fucking Moogles. What is it? What is it? A Dragon Quest game? Not a real fucking Final Fantasy without Moogles. I can't believe Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is a better Final Fantasy game than Final Fantasy IV. I can't wait to go into a bunch of Final Fantasy fan discords and say that shit. I can't wait to be doxxed and beaten alive. Beaten alive. They'll beat me to, like, the brink of death, and then, like, just sit me there, and, like, make sure I can get home safely just to contemplate what just happened. And they'll all be in fucking Moogle masks and, like, Chocobo masks. Or they'll just have, like, a printed out, like, picture of their Final Fantasy XIV character with little eye holes poked out. And they'll beat the shit out of me to the fucking Stormbringer's theme or something. I'm afraid to make Final Fantasy a Randomrings stream tradition because there's already so much shit I fucking do that takes way longer than I always think it will. AKA Final Fantasy IX taking 5 months. That's because I streamed it like once a week. I streamed it like twice a week maximum. Like SoulSilver isn't taking that long because I'm streaming it whenever the fuck I want. But I'm prioritizing it on Mondays. So, like, that's working out. I'm not, like, pushing myself too hard with it. And I'm enjoying the game a lot. So it feels nice. Like, God, Final Fantasy IX took forever. I don't think 5 will take as long as 9 unless I, like, really suck at it or, like, get really confused about shit. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But also, 5 requires me to have money. So I think if we're doing a Final Fantasy game next year, it's probably gonna be 8. Because it's the only other one I currently own. I don't own 13 anymore. Oh, wait, that's not true. I have 10, 10, 2. It's just triple triad. The whole game. It's just triple triad. That's all. The whole game is just triple triad. I don't remember liking triple triad, but I also didn't get far enough into Final Fantasy VIII to like have a real solid opinion on it. Because like in Final Fantasy IX, Tetramaster's kind of confusing at the beginning, and then I googled how it actually works, and it's like, oh, it's not that I'm stupid or that the game's complex. It's just that it's literally RNG. Like there are some cards that are just better than others and have better ranges of numbers, and then everything else they do is just literally RNG. Triple Triad, I think, is... I don't remember. I think Triple Triad's less bullshit than that. I think. I don't know. It's been a while since I played 8. I played... The last time I played 8 was right before I moved out of my parents' house. Which is why I never finished 8. Because I moved and fell out of it. And then when I finally got settled into my place, I was so fucking depressed from other shit happening in my life that I just, like... didn't ever pick it back up. I don't really like associate it with the trauma that happened around that time of my life, though. I just associate it with moving. I associate it with new beginnings. I associate it with a very fucking like new time in my life. You know, I don't have to do this. If I do the outside, it'll hit those spots for me, probably. But yeah, I personally found Tetramaster to be, like, not the most unfun thing on the planet. I don't remember liking Triple Triad. But, I really like Joustus. So, maybe I will like Triple Triad. Or maybe I'll be spoiled on Joustus and fucking hate Triple Triad. God, King of Cards was such a good fucking game. Ah, fucking Shovel Knight Dig's coming out. Shovel Knight has a fucking release date now. It's September 23rd. I'm so fucking pissed. I'm so poor. I've been waiting for Shovel Knight Dig to come out for so fucking long. That's like, what, the 6th game that I'm like... I was like, oh my god, if this comes out, I'm gonna buy it day 1, and I'm gonna do nothing but play that for like 5 years. I think like 6 games like that came out this year, which, for my cynical ass, never fucking happens. It happened in 2022, when I'm literally the most poor I have ever been in my entire life. I am like the most broke I've ever been in my entire fucking life, and like 6 games that I give a shit about came out. Fucking Kirby, Klonoa, out of fucking nowhere. I never thought they'd make a good remaster of Clonodor to Phantomil and then also tack on Looney Tunes Veil. But here we are. We live in that fucking reality now. What else came out? Shovel Knight Dig's coming. I might, but I want to stream it. Thank you. Sat offered me to after he beat the fuck out of Forgotten Land. He was like, you can borrow it if you want to know. It means a lot to you. And I was like, and not to go into what happened. Sat knows what happened. The thing I've been like alluding to is like this mysterious fucking thing that happened in like February. Sat knows exactly what it is. I fucking like, I was like, I've been excited for this game since 2005. Because that's the thing a lot of people don't understand about Forgotten Land. It's not just the new cute Kirby game. This is like a concept re-picked back up from when Sakurai was still working on these things. I think. Oh my god, Eden's gonna come. So I was like, I don't want this game to be associated in my brain with a very sad point in my fucking current life. Because then later, it's gonna be, like, tokenized by that game's existence. And it really sucked because I had the money to buy it then, too. I was gonna buy it for myself, like, day 1. And then I was like, I'm just gonna be fucking... It's gonna be a coping mechanism. I don't want that game to be a coping mechanism. I want to enjoy it on its own merits. And I talked about this on stream before too, but like, I had the same thing with Persona 5. When I was getting out of an abusive relationship that I've talked about on stream before, multiple times, my main go-to was Persona 5, which is a great game for just trying to distract yourself in some way, shape, or form from something that is happening to you over a long string of time that you're not going to get over anytime soon. Like, I just stopped having nightmares about it, like, this year, and it happened in, like, 2019. But, yeah. It's not like every time I boot up Persona 5, I'm like, oh my god, oh! Like, it's not that bad, but it's, like, I'm still, like, every once in a while, something specific will happen in the game, and I'll associate it with her, and be like, oh, oh, that doesn't feel good. But it lasts, like, 20 seconds, like, max. Like, it's not a long-standing thought. I'll get more mad at myself for thinking about it than I actually get, like, upset with the memories. That and Persona 5 is just a really good game on its own. I think even without that emotional attachment, it'd still be one of my favorite RPGs ever. Maybe favorite JRPG? Maybe favorite JRPG for me? I don't think I was thinking about this the other day. I don't think I have a favorite Western RPG that I can think of. So by default, it might just be Deltarune. I can't think of a Western RPG that I'm like, oh, I love this fucking game. Like, other than, like, Deltarune. It might just be Deltarune. Like, truthfully. I'm sure there's some glaring example of a game I fucking love, and is also a Western RPG, but I can't think of it right now. Persona 5 is, like, JRPG true and true. And I fucking love Persona 5. I know it's cringe, but like, fuck you. It's 2022. If you still have to cling to the concept of cringe to fucking make yourself feel better, then guess what, buddy? Guess what? You might be cringe yourself, my friend. Unless it's like something actually problematic, which Persona 5 did have. Not to say there aren't problematic things in Royal, it's just that, like, the problematic shit that happens in Persona 5 is arguably not problematic because it's, like, a Breaking Bad situation where, like, the characters in it are doing bad things. It's the point. Like, Persona 5's villains would be shitty if they were, like, morally gray. Like, the first boss is just a straight-up pedophile. Like... It doesn't, it's like, this is the kind of monster you're dealing with, and why you shouldn't feel bad for doing what you're doing in the game. It hits that right off the bat. There is the major problematic thing with Persona 5 that they took out of Royal is the gay stereotype men in the red light district that are also pedophiles, but they aren't like villains. They're just pedophiles. And they're the only gay men in the fucking plot. It's like, great. Thanks, Atlas. I think they're completely removed from the game, too. Like, it's not that they replaced their dialogue or, like, removed certain problematic scenes. I think they're just not in the game anymore. I think their models are just, like, not in Royal. Which is funny. I can't believe that was a drama for, like, a week. There's a bunch of people on Twitter complaining about it, being like, oh, so this is what the leftist woke mob wants. It's like, what, not pedophiles? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, if you word it that way, yeah, sure, I guess I'd like less pedophiles in my media that I consume. If that's alright with you. I still fucking am mad at myself that the other day when we were playing this game on stream, I was talking about the greatest fucking video game soundtracks of all time, and I did not think of fucking Persona 5 until, like, the next day. Fucking idiot. Like, almost objectively one of the best fucking soundtracks ever made. Like, maybe in media, Like, maybe transcending video games. Unfucking fathomable that I did not think of Persona 5. Fucking idiot. I also haven't played 3 or 4. I'm sure there are people that probably like those soundtracks more, and I guess that's valid. Because I have not played those games, and even if I did, it's music. So I can't really objectively argue against your taste on fucking what you think makes a good game soundtrack. Which is kind of why I was talking about it the other day, because I found it interesting. Because I think to a lot of people, it'll just be like, oh, I remember these songs, or I associate these songs with these characters, so like that's what makes the soundtrack good. I think for me, it's an execution of the overall experience and how it ties everything together to make the experience good. The fucked up thing with Sonic Rush is just that it has that. Because it's like a Sonic game with a dumb little fucking like multi-dimensional plot. Like, that's it. So it didn't really need to tie the whole... It didn't need to tie the experience together and make it feel cohesive and like something's actually happening that matters. But then it did. It's just unbelievable, that soundtrack. It's unfathomable. And it's fucking weird. That's my favorite thing, is like, it does all the shit a good video game soundtrack should quote-unquote do, I guess. And it's fucking bizarre. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. I also, on stream, talked about Jet Set Radios, and said, yeah, this is also one of the greatest of all time, and then didn't fucking put it on the list when I put the list on Twitter, because I'm a fucking dummy. But yeah, I haven't beat Jet Set Radio, but I would consider Jet Set Radio's game soundtrack to be one of the best ever. I guess I'm just like a Naganuma stan, I guess I'm just like casual Naganuma trash. Time is it 1:30? Am I just gonna do another fucking super late night Power Wash Simulator stream? Am I just gonna do another 6-hour stream and just be unhealthy and regret this in the morning? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Am I just drinking Coke and playing video games away from my personal problems? What do y'all think about Kirby? That guy's pretty cool. Hey, this fucking fire station's got a little Pizza Hut. This is how you can tell it's a 1:30 in the morning stream over here on the Randomrings Channel. This is when I just go, hey, there's a little Pizza Hut. And then I start laughing at it. This is where we're at. It's just a little Pizza Hut up here. Look at a little Pizza Hut. Wow. Amazing. It's sweaty in here. I have the fan on full blast. Why the fuck is it sweaty in here? What angry god is blowing hot air into my fucking... I don't want to listen to Dragon Canyon for 5 minutes. I'm skipping this. Sorry to Dragon Canyon fans. I don't want to listen to that shit for 5 straight minutes right now. I'm not in the mood. Right there. Right there. Right there. Oh my god. Wanna come? I wonder if I've ever... never mind, I don't want to answer that question. Never mind. I'm not even gonna ask that hypothetical question. I'm not even. Here, I'll make it to an extreme, so I can basically ask the question without asking it. I wonder if... I guess it's not really a question. It's a query. I wonder if my fake sexual moan shit that I do on my streams, like probably more frequently than I realize. I wonder if that's ever actually made anyone, like, jizz. Like, just on the spot. Not like, oh, that reminds me of horny things. That actually made me a little horny. That's silly. Like, I wonder if anybody's just came on command listening to me moan. I don't know if I want to know the answer. At the same time, if I could, like, confirm that that happened, that'd be really fucking funny. But the problem with this hypothetical is that there'd be no way to confirm it without video footage, and I really don't want to see you fuckers come. Love ya, but like, I don't want to see it come. I don't want to see that. I barely want to see myself come. I just cough all over myself. I need to do a Sonic vocal song karaoke stream with people. That's what I need to do. I wonder if that exists. I wonder if there's an easy, like, Sonic karaoke pack somewhere. So I can go up on stage and go, okay, everybody, ready? Here I go. Doorway. No. I'm sure my neighbors love this. I also don't know the words, which is great. Must have floated away. My brain forever has it as must have thrown it away. But the lyrics are must have floated away, I think. Not must have thrown it away. Like, just looking for this thing inside his heart, then realizing, oh shit, it's in the trash! Fault is mine, I guess I threw the shit away. Or it got eaten by the dog. Ruffles is such a fucking hog. See? See? I don't know what I'm proving here by doing this. See? See what? I have no fucking earthly idea. Oh, I can't wait to do these walls again! I'm gonna post a Twitter poll of what everybody's favorite part of these walls by Dream Theater is, and watch watch my first tweet have negative traction. God, I fucking love the drum tone on Sonic the Secret Rings tracks. I want to shadow whoever the fuck mixed this soundtrack specifically and be like, hey, what did you do with the drums in the mix in Pro Tools or whatever the fuck you use? I really want to know so I can make my music, my original music, sound like maybe like 1/8 as good as your shit. Maybe one day if I'm like nice and play with my toys well with others and share and don't keep smashing mashed potatoes into Amy's hair. Oh yeah, that's right. That's not done because you gotta go on the outside. I swear I'll never go outside again. I don't remember how that song goes. Like, even the tom tone, fuck my ass. You can just fuck it. Here it is. It's on a silver platter. I can even plug it up with a little apple for you if you want. It's all yours. Thank you. Jesus. Like, it sounds like he's saying must have thrown it away. Like, I'm not crazy. Rumblebee, give the fucking secrets of the world to us. I know there are official lyrics out, but only you know the real story. I'm gonna bring Rings Cast back, and the first fucking guest is gonna be Rumblebee, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, does Aiden know people?" And it'll just come out that like, no, I just put my entire life savings and like sold my car to bring on Rumblebee. And then the rest of the Rings Cast guests will just be like the people I normally bring on for everything else. What's this? More sexy Fumiko Mitani music? More goddess nectar? Oh, I think so. Oh, I see. Hey, Aiden, you know what helps with your vocal gender dysphoria? Breathing in between sentences, you fucking train. You fucking locomotive. Maybe shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. It's a stream. You don't have to edit things while you talk. This is what I do. Power Wash Simulator, Random Rings podcast, special guest, Aiden, and I just talk to myself. It's pretty good. It's really funny the way I perceive myself now that I've been on Twitch, like, because around the time I started getting into Twitch more as a viewer was the same time where I was like, what the heck, my rig is better now, let's try streaming in 2020, and I did, and here we are. I'm still doing it. Like, it's very funny that I'll be in people's chats, and there'll even be people that are like aware of me now, and some people like even like mutuals, and like part of my brain's like, I should be like, thanks streamer for the epic stream, and like, or like something like, oh, I like this thing, or like, you know, if they're insecure about something on stream, I'll be like, no, you're fucking funny, shut the fuck up, you funny fucking slut. Like, you're lovely, eat it fucking fat, the juicy cock of confidence. Like, I should be able to just tell them like, oh, well, you're doing really good at this actually, or like, I enjoy this thing. Even if it's some, like, vague optimism, like, I think it goes a long way, if you really mean it, even. Because the other day, at the end of one of these things, I was like, there's no way anybody is, like, still even awake, and, like, if they are watching this, why the fuck would they be watching me doing this? And somebody just was like, oh, this was nice listening to you. I'm like, what the fuck? People listen to me? On the internet? Alright, shut it all down. But, I was like, man, I was like, it wasn't even like a particular, like, amazing, it wasn't like a tearjerker moment or anything, but like, I didn't think about it till like a while later. I was like, that shred of positivity where you're like, that wasn't creepy or weird at all. Like, that's what it looks like when I go into my mutual streams, or like when I go into like people I don't even know that well streams, and I go like, hey, that was good. You know? I do it every once in a while if I'm feeling cocky and in the mood. You know, if I'm feeling a little promiscuous with just being optimistic, generally. But, like, beyond that, I'm like, oh, no, I can't do that. It's cringe. It's creepy. It's parasocial. And I'm like, nah, I think... It's, like, the Twitch equivalent of, like, applauding at a metal show. Like, I don't know. Why wouldn't I do it? I applaud at metal shows. I applaud at rock shows. You know? I'm gonna skip this song, too. Truth be told, don't know why I have this on this playlist. I like it. I think it's a good song. It's just weird. And normally I'm into that. But at a certain point, even I gotta fucking... Even I gotta put a lid on that. Even I gotta put a lid on that. And this is why I'm announcing my synth pop album. Called Put a Lid on That. Where it's all 4/4 time, and it never gets spicy. There's no spiciness. The spiciest thing is just my vocal tone. Everything I do on it is just kosher. It is stuff you can listen to with your grandma. The connection. Lids are like hats. Men without hats are synth pop. God damn it, it's all coming full circle. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Fucking Men with Hats made the single made the album was made so the single could go on the album, because the album is the single, in a sense the album is the single. You buy the single, you buy the album, you support the artist. Men Without Hats continues to exist. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. That was Kronk in the 80s. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes, man, it's me, Kronk. It's all coming together, baby. A llama is supposed to be dead. Yeah, like cringe o'clock. And you know what else, Kronk? Oh, I think your spinach puss is mid. Oh, decidedly unbased, bland, so-so, seethe, cope. Your spinach puss is mid. Oh. Everton can't remind me of something I thought of at work. I wanted to tweet, so I'm doing that now. That's epic. That's like epic and based. I think Kronk would appreciate you doing that. I think Kronk would be like, thank you for noticing how fucking badass I am. I don't remember what these sound like in the game, because I don't play Castle Bajania. So, Richter sounds like, you steal men's souls and make them your slaves! And Dracula sounds like, perhaps the same could be said of our religions. And Richter says, your words are as empty as your soul. No, it's got a point. Nice. Sick. I think Kronk would approve. Good work, champ. No, it's got a point. God, that movie's so fucking good. I wanted to watch it before my Disney Plus expired, but then it like snuck up on me, and I was like, well, I'm not paying for Disney Plus, so I guess there goes Emperor's New Groove. It's such a good fucking movie. Yeah, it's, yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of Zoomers, like, watched it in retrospect and like it too. Like, I don't know. I think it was because the art style was so fucking different, like, back then. Like, it looked, like, clean, like, quality-wise. It looked like, oh, it's a Disney animated original movie, but, like, the closest thing it, like, looked to was Hercules. And I think that was a big deal for, like, Disney as a corporation, because they knew it sold well. People, like, recognized what it looked like. Because, like, if you look at, like, El Dorado, and then Disney shit that came out around the time of El Dorado, like, they looked different. Because there was just, like, a different direction behind it. I think Disney was a lot more adamant on that shit than DreamWorks was at the time. Although I also heard DreamWorks was pretty fucking shit to work for. I've on and off followed, like, animators and shit that worked for DreamWorks, and, like, I've never heard one of them be like, yeah, that was awesome. The best I've heard about it was that I read a thread, I don't remember their name, but they worked at the time, like, I think they were working for DreamWorks for a while, and then they did, like, a contract for, like, quite a few months, to, like, maybe even a year with Disney, and so they were working both at the same time, and 2 different projects, of course, and, like, there was they did one of those things that, like, some retail chains do, where they're like, hey, we're gonna have a big meeting, and a few of you guys, you little maggots, are gonna be able to come too, because we need a few of you to meet this quota, and act like we give a shit about your pathetic little lives. The CEO is also going to be there, and you can talk to them. You can talk to the CEO, or you can talk to whoever the fuck is in charge of this, like, big management thing you normally don't get to talk to. Because they don't actually know what you do. And there were 2 meetings like that they had around the same time at DreamWorks and Disney. At the DreamWorks one, they brought up a lot of the anti-LGBTQ shit. They brought up a lot of the controversy that was happening recently, and they brought up shit that was just like freaking problems that they were like, gender neutral bathrooms and like discrimination in the workplace, women's rights, etc. And they brought up a lot of the same points in both meetings, and both of them, of course, the higher-ups snuffed at, like, most of the ideas and just came up with the most corporate plastic fucking responses possible for both companies. This happened at DreamWorks, this happened at Disney. Again, these are both, like, around the same time. Like, I think maybe within a month of each other. And, but they said there was one key difference, and they stressed that, like, they're not saying that DreamWorks is, like, 100% better than Disney, or, like, DreamWorks supports the LGBTQ community and women's rights, and Disney doesn't. They said, to clarify, they're both shit at it still. However, at DreamWorks, a bunch of the people after the meeting came up to them and said, hey, that was cool in there. And even during the meeting, some of them would raise their hand and back up their points while the bigwigs were giving them, like, the basic, like, printed out answers that they give everybody, right? So at the end of the DreamWorks meeting, a bunch of people were like, I'm glad you did that, and I'm glad I was there to have your back, and thank you for bringing up those points. I'm glad someone fucking did that. At Disney, they were like, fucking, like, death stared, like, the entire fucking time. And at the end of it, it's not that everybody there was like, wow, you fucking queer, fuck you. Like, at the end of it, it was almost as if, like, some of them were like, fuck you, and other ones were like, I'm too scared in this rat race because I'm, like, at Disney. Like, this place is so good at striking fear in the hearts of their employees that, like, it's not that these people don't want to back me up and that we're not, like, a community being overrun by the CEO. We're like, it's like the corporation has just bled itself into everything. Like even the inner workings of Disney are just, like, disgusting. So that was an interesting thing I heard about, I guess. I don't remember how I got on this topic, but it's a thing I think about every once in a while. But that was a thing that happened. And the reason they said all that was because they were like, they quit the Disney job, like, I think, like, the day or two after that fucking happened. And when their bosses were like, we're walking out, what are you doing? And they were like, it's because of that shit in the fucking meeting the other day. It turns out you don't care about us at all, which I already kind of knew, but, like, the blatant confirmation was a lot. I feel uncomfortable and unsafe here, I'm leaving. And at DreamWorks, they were like, yeah, it sucks here too, but I'm toughing it out. I'm like, that's good to know, I guess. And it was interesting to me, too, because prior to that, like, all I heard from DreamWorks was bad. But most of it is just, both companies, obviously, is just from people that don't, like, know what the fuck they're doing. Because, like, a lot of team leads, specifically, will be like, fine, they're in the same boat. They're just as fucked over in certain aspects as, like, a lot of the like cleanup artists and storyboarders are. But, like, when anybody above that belt is almost always someone who's a piece of shit. Like, as much as Joyce and Roiland is kind of a piece of shit, and it's been funny for people to dunk on him recently, like, the one thing I will commend, and I hope it becomes a standard, if not just at Warner Brothers, at, like, everywhere, the cool thing about Justin Roiland, take this with a grain of salt, because Justin Roiland's still kind of a fucking weirdo, and, like, you know, not like a role model, but, like, the pilot for Rick and Morty was Justin Roiland. Like, he made that shit, like, in his garage. He didn't do it alone, like, he did send files off to other people and shit, I think, and stuff, but, like, or not the pilot, the original board, like, he didn't do that all himself, obviously, was him, and, like, the original voices and shit were him, like, the shit that wasn't, or I guess the unaired pilot, the version of the pilot that we didn't see the whole thing of, and, the one that Mike Lazo saw, and, like, That's what you want in your showrunner. There are way too many people I've talked to that are like, yeah, I'm a white man in the United States, and I would really like it if my like crime mystery novel got turned into an anime one day. But it's gonna be weird to air it here and try to do it in this live action because there's like, you know, a lot of fucking like sexual assault scenes. It's like, huh, yeah, I wonder what the fuck's up with that. But the main point is the content of it itself. It's that like if you're gonna be a team lead on an animated show, you should probably know how to lead animators. You should probably know anything about the trade that you are fucking making your content in. Otherwise, it gives off the impression you're no better than the fucking, like, executive producers that work on your shit. Like, you become the same people you complain about. You're like, oh, a producer's job's not real. A producer's job is real, it's just that most of the people that we hear about are bad producers. Take this all with a grain of salt. I've never worked, you know, in the industry. This is all just being a fan of animation and what I've researched and what I've studied, and like going to school for writing, I had to research this shit. Because I think I was one of the only, in most of the classes, I was the only one that was working towards like, yeah, tee-hee, I would love to work in animation. And everybody else was like, what? That's not a fucking Christian romance novel. What? That's not a fucking superhero film. I had a lot of other students, which, like, no shade, but they were, like, all, like, writing, like, superhero movie scripts. And one of them was, like, verbatim, like, the idea of, the Man of Steel movie. Which was awkward to work with. Somebody had a really cool one. It was like a non-fiction adaptation script about Blackbeard. I don't remember who that guy was, but like, that was fucking cool. That was one of the coolest things I read, like out of all the shit we had to peer review. I was like, I kind of hope this actually gets made. Like, I hope all my fucking peers shit gets made, but like, goddamn. But the Jesus Parallel, yeah, I was, little did I know, I was sitting in an online fucking school forum with Taiko Waititi. That was before he added all the gay shit. Before he added all the gay shit. That's coming back. A lot of people who like pirate romance are gonna be in for a boner of a show in a good way in 2023. Speaking of gay shows, I need to be a comeback. God, I want a House season 3 so fucking bad. But yeah, that was cool. People didn't really like my scripts very much. To be fair, I didn't put forward my best effort. I had a really cool teacher though on one of the last like actual screenwriting courses I took. This one wasn't just writing, like this was like a screenwriting course, and I only had a few of those, sadly. I got to practice screenwriting in the vast majority of the writing classes I took. Well, that's another topic for another time. But like, in all the classes that were like, okay, you are writing fiction. Whatever your medium is, this is the main part of this class, is you're gonna write some fucking stories. I was like, awesome. And I got the right screenplay. I don't think they ever forced me to write in another form of medium, except for like essays, obviously, shit like that. But like, other than that, they were like, no, if screenplay is what you're going to school for, then write a screenplay. My teacher worked in film. Like, he's worked in California. He's worked on shit that's like more than short film. He's worked in television too, I think, as well, he said. And he was very, very one-on-one with as many people as possible. And it was really fucking cool. I respect the fuck out of that man. I wish I remembered his fucking name. because he gave me like some of the most positive experiences I had in my entire college experience. It was like the first moment where I was like, maybe this wasn't a giant waste of money and time. And probably the only moment like that. And he read my script, which I might put out someday, but I need to touch it up, and I never wrote actually out, like, I wrote out what happens in Act 3, but I never wrote the script. And I'm probably gonna touch it up so, like, it doesn't fit the college, like, the project guidelines. It fits my guidelines of what I think would make a good script. Because as much as I don't want to, like, I don't necessarily, I would rather write TV than film, but, like, it's a film script. And the final project was having, like, a whole fucking, like, you know, pitch thing and a bunch of other stuff, taglines, etc. How would you advertise this to people? Who would you contact to, like, make this a reality, possibly ever at all? And then, also have Act 1 and Act 2, like, done in script form. And in a final draft form, and then also being able to be printed out in a PDF. And I did it. It was called Minnie's Graduation Bash. And, it's basically a ripoff of Star Fox 64's plot, but I didn't mean it to be. It's Star Fox 64's plot with more moral ambiguity and more of an inside, like, study of, like, the military. The US military, specifically. Told through a bunch of fucking alien people. And yeah, I never wrote Act 3. I'll have to put that out. But yeah, he was like, he gave me a lot of tips that he was like, the thing was that, like, I don't know how to explain it. I felt like they were the harsh takes. Like, I feel like it was what I needed to hear, but it also wasn't, like, brutal, if that makes sense. Like, the beginning was originally, like, this whole scene of, like, the main character, Minnie, and, like, this fucking, in like elementary school and sticking gum in this kid's hair and shit, and it felt like a fucking like Lilo and Stitch scene. But I was like, this is how I want to introduce this character because her dad's a big deal, and this is when he like comes back into town and shit. And he was like, one of the main things he gave at that point was like, the whole beginning of the script feels really adolescent, which would be fine for like a kid's film, but I really don't think it's what you're going for. And that's the only reason I say I think you should change that and focus way fucking more on the dad. And it really, like, maybe it was just part of, like, oh, this guy that knows what he's talking about is telling me these things. But, like, I don't know, like, in the moment, and, like, in hindsight, as far as I can remember the altercation, I remember just thinking, like, no, that makes sense. Like, holy shit, like, that adds up. Like, it made me rethink, like, the whole, like, first act of my script and how it would affect everything else, and it just opened my brain up to, like, the way I write things. I wasn't like, oh shit, I gotta do this to appease the teacher as much with all my other projects. I was like, oh fuck, no, this makes sense. This is the problem that I ran into when I was writing this part. He just fucking, like, turned my brain inside out and punched it. Like, that was awesome. Like, every pointer he gave, like, was exciting to me because it seemed like there were parts of that he, like, genuinely thought was impressive and liked. And it was like, I think you can improve by doing this. And there was some shit I think he even said, like, if I was working on this, I would do this, which I found interesting. Because I think if I remember correctly, he said something like that, like, once or twice, and was like, to clarify, I'm not working on this, so fuck me. Like, he didn't say it like that, but basically that was the impression. It was like, fuck what I would do with it, but this is what I would do with it. But, like, do that, but how you would do it in your brain and how you're telling your story. Because that will give me, as the audience member, a better perception of what you're trying to convey. And that's when I realized, I think I have a real... I just love playing dolls with my characters. I'm a very, 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 very character-focused writer. I just love playing dolls with deeply fucking disturbed characters. And, especially in, like, supernatural environments, like sci-fi, like science fantasy kind of environments, like interplanetary shit, and, like, fucked up fantasy environments, and, like, and like abstract environments. I think I have a conveyance issue where it's shit that makes sense to me, but is absolute fucking Picasso shit to everyone else. And I've been working on that for years. Maybe one day it will be a strength. Maybe it is now. I don't know. I need to put shit out to find out. I started writing this one script that's like the most self-indulgent fucking thing I've ever made, because the main character is essentially just me. But, like, it's like me. It's not, but it, like, is, basically. Which is kind of the point. They have, like, a different name. Their voice is, like, masculine a lot. And, like, there's this little weird, like, fucking nightmare creature that follows them around, and they, like, it's implied that they've, like, known each other for a long time, even though they're, like, not friends. It's very strange. It's not overworld saves that fuck up. I saved at a designated save point in the next area and it failed to load too. Is it just that place then? I kept multiple saves and I still have a working one I can pick up when I get the new card, so I guess I just won't play that. No, it has to be the card then, yeah. Huh. I'm sorry. That fucking sucks. You're gonna get a memory card that has little cogs in it and spins around like little, like, steampunk memory card. That's the only one that works with Xenogears. I was thinking about PS1 games I played the other day. Xenogears is not one of them. Although, in a way, I wish it was, because I like a wide variety of PS1 games. I just really like the PS1. Xenogears, like, if I had a day a week designated, just like, let's play video games, this is what I'm gonna do. I can stream it if I want, I can stream it, not stream it if I don't want, but, like, this is, all I do this day is play video games. I have, like, an 8th day of the week, I can just do that, and nothing in my life beyond that is affected at all. I probably would have played Xenogears by now. For all intents and purposes, it's not high priority. Like, at all. But it's something I've thought about. I was thinking about all the shit I used to play as a kid. And I don't, now that I'm saying it out loud, it's 2 in the morning, I should not be streaming. And I came to this conclusion, or rather, there is no conclusion to the statement. But I was thinking about the Beyblade video game for the PS1, and that's pretty much where the statement ends. I was thinking about this kid. There was this kid I knew in elementary school. We met in elementary school somehow, and I hung out with him a few times. He lived with his mom, and I think he was technically a stepdad. And you know, I was raised by, like, married conservative, like, you know, Bible thumping parents to a degree. They're not the most Bible thumpy, but, like, they're pretty bad. And this was my first, like, altercation of, like, regularly hanging out with somebody who had, like, divorced parents, and, like, finding it very weird that, like, you know, the dad character, he was calling him by his first name. And I was like, is this, like, disrespectful? Because that's how I was raised. Now my sister just calls my parents by, like, their name, and they get mad, and I'm like, fuck them, it's their name. You want to treat your kids like adults, you fucking cunt? If you want to maybe try that? In any case. Yeah, I was thinking about this kid, because I spent a lot of time with this kid, but, like, most of it was involuntary. Very strange. I don't know how universal that is. I don't know how many kids... I don't know how many people have memories of, like, having a kid they hung out with regularly that was, like, forced upon them, basically. And it wasn't, like, a cousin or, like, a family friend. The main thing, though, was that my parents were like, well, he likes to go to church. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, I don't know. But he liked spending time with me, even though I didn't really care for him much. I thought he was annoying. And, but I didn't have, like, friends until, like, 4th grade. So my parents were kind of like, you know, oh, okay, well, this is another nerdy kid. This will, you know, work for my kid, I guess. And And we would trade like PS1 games to like borrow for like a few weeks. And that's why I know so much about Digimon World 2. I never actually had a copy of Digimon World 2. I just, like, he'd be like, oh, I want to play this game really bad that you have. And I'd be like, trade me Digimon World 2 again, and you can play it. He's like, okay. And I just played Digimon World 2 for weeks. Which is another beauty of the PS1. You can borrow other people's games because you have a memory card. That and Beyblade was another one. Digimon World 3. But yeah, the kid, and I don't know if this is real or not, because like I've discussed this sob story before on stream before, of me disconnecting from my parents entirely. I have not had an actual like conversation with my parents in like almost 2 years now, and it's been bliss. I mean, it has, and my life is in shambles and it's shit right now. But in like, at least I don't have two harrowing fucking like villainous witch ravens hanging over me, telling me I'm never good enough, like, the whole time. Like, it's bliss in that regard. Like, the world sucks right now, but I'm allowed to process it however the fuck I want. And that fucking slaps so hard. But anyway, my mom has been known in the past to do some freaky fucking shit. Like, it's why I don't use Facebook. Because she will stalk me on it. She's done it before. Which is a whole other funny fucking story. But the other day, because I don't have Messenger installed on my phone. Like, I don't go on Facebook because first off, fuck Facebook. Facebook's fucking evil. Like, social media is evil, but Facebook is fucking evil and like malicious for your phone. Like, there's no good thing about Facebook. The marketplace is a result of a need being met by something quicker and done by something that people are already accessing. Like, I wouldn't even consider the Facebook marketplace good. Efficient based on your personal needs because you already use Facebook, sure, that's arguable. By the way, I already did all this before Steam deleted my save. We're now coming full circle to where I can finally fucking finish this. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. But, like, I don't remember why the fuck I had Messenger, or no, I was gonna delete, I don't remember why the fuck. But I found, every once in a while, if my, like, I'll have close friends be like, oh my god, I found you on Facebook. Like, I remember when Taylor and I were first starting to get to know each other, she was like, tee-hee-hee, I think I found you on Facebook. And I was like, okay, look, you can add me, and I will go on Facebook for you and add you. But fair warning, I don't talk to people on Facebook. There was, like, one person I regularly talk to on Messenger, and we're not friends anymore. There was another friend, and my ex-abuser. And even then, we had each other's numbers. Like, we could have talked on the phone. We did, most of the time. And then occasionally she would also just message me on Messenger, because flirting is fucked up. Like, after the fact, we just messaged each other on Messenger. Like, she acted like I didn't have a fucking phone number anymore. That was really weird. Anyway, that's a fucking tangent. Anywho, we fucking, what was it? Okay, so, another one of my friends who I've known for, goddamn, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. We've recently become closer friends, but, like, we you know, we've known each other through a very close friend of each other. He's part of the family, and, we, like, so he found me on Facebook, and I was like, I mean, I gotta add the kid. So I was like, okay, fine, man, I'll add you, god damn it. And, so I added him, and I look at my DMs on Facebook, and I'm like, you dumb motherfuckers, I love you, but I told you I don't go on Facebook. And then I look, and it's not anybody I have on my friends list. I'm like, what the fuck? It's a picture. It's in grayscale. And it's a man and someone in a, like, wedding dress. And they seem to be kissing. And it's a black and white picture. And the guy has features that, like, are familiarized, but also, like, you know, a lot of dudes look the same to me. Anyhow. Especially when they're in a fucking tux. Like, that you can't deny me. When most, like, cis dudes that don't, like, dress flamboyantly or extravagantly or anything, like, are just in a tux, they all look the fucking same. Especially if it's in grayscale, if it's in black and white, like, holy shit. And I look at the name, and I'm like, huh, I recognize the first name. It'd be really funny if it was, like, that one fucking kid. And I look, and he says something like, hi, sorry to bug you. Is this the person formerly known as, and lists my entire fucking first and last name, dead name. So this leads me to one or two conclusions. This leads me to one or two conclusions in my fucking doctor brain that I don't have. But even my fucking weasel-ass fucking head-in-the-clouds-ass brain could decipher this. One, this is the kid. And he talked to somebody that knows me and knows that I am fucking trans. And the only person I can think of that would talk to him, because my sister sure as fuck doesn't, because she didn't like him either when we were kids. Which, like, he's not the worst kid in the world, to my knowledge. He's probably, like, fine kid. But I didn't like him. We were kids, you know? I was a shitty kid. He was a shitty kid. We're shitty kids. But yeah, so my sister sure as fuck didn't. So, like, it was probably my mom. They probably have each other added on Facebook. Which means somehow, miraculously, he got the information of, like, what my name is. And said, hey, is this fucking entire dead name? Option 2. Whether or not that guy does have a Facebook account, and whether or not that is his account, it is an account made by my mother with a name that came out of the fucking blue that my mom knows would be somebody from my past that I might by chance pick up from. And it's actually an impersonating account from my mother trying to fucking keep tabs on me through roleplay. Which one of those is more likely? Probably the fact that it is his Facebook genuinely, and he did message me, but this was kind of a conversation that was prodded by my mother. That's what I think actually happened. I don't think it's my mom making a roleplay account to fucking stalk me. Although it's something she might do, I don't think it was what she did. But either way, obviously I didn't respond. I just, like, immediately blocked him and then fucking erased any cookie and trace of Facebook being, like, around on my phone, as I always do. It was just like, nah, I'm done. Nah. Before you even start, I'm done. I was like, nah. Imagine the fucking audacity. Imagine the fucking audacity to know somebody in elementary school because their mom was trying to indoctrinate you into church because they felt pity for you because your parents are divorced, which is not even like like, it's pretty fucking normal. As somebody who did not grow up with divorced parents, it is not an actual fucking demeaning, like, quality. Like, it's not... Anyway, I'm preaching to the choir, I'm sure. Most people that watch this are adults and know that, like, having divorced parents doesn't fuck you up. Having a fucked up parent fucks you up. And I had two. And they were fucking, quote-unquote, happily married under the Lord Jesus Christ. And, oh my god. Fucking, but yeah, like, imagine that shit. Imagine, and then one day, getting a fucking Facebook DM from, like, a fucking almost 50-year-old woman saying, hey, remember my... whatever the fuck she calls me? Like, they're still around. She's still around. You should probably... She refers to me with she, her pronouns. Which you're probably thinking, wow, that's weirdly progressive if you're transphobic, conservative mom. Well, it's because I was outed by an insurance broker, and then my sister talked to her about it because she provokes my sister into shit, which sucks. My sister doesn't want to be in the middle of our fucking feud. As she shouldn't be. She shouldn't be in the middle of it. It sucks. It sucks for her, it sucks for me that she has to deal with that. It sucks. But, like, she was in a position where she's like, sorry, I had to tell her a bunch of shit because she wouldn't fucking leave me alone. I'm like, oh no, I know how they get. It's not your fault. Don't feel guilty about them pushing my drama onto you. That's not your fault. Anyway, Imagine a fucking 50-year-old woman then fucking texting you on Facebook and being like, remember the fucking spawn I made? Yeah, go harass them, and just to make sure you know that they know it's you. What's one connecting factor? Well, gee whiz, you know their dead name. Let me tell you, first fucking absolute red flag. And here's the funny thing, and here's the immediate, like, I know you don't, even if you don't mean anything by it, I know you aren't a good trans ally. I know you don't actually respect trans rights and the ideology of transness. You wanna know why I know that? Not only because you, like, if it's somebody that's, like, immediately like, oh, your dead name? It's because, here's the thing. Do you really think, as a cis man who grew up with me, that I want anything to fucking do with you? You might have been a good person to me. You might have been a good friend. You might have been a terrible person to me. You might have been a fucking bully. The audacity. You have to know that, given the fact that when we knew each other, I was not allowed to express femininity and androgyny. You have to fucking know. You have to at some point at least guess that, like, my childhood, not something I love. Not something I have fond fucking memories of. Most of it was psychological fucking horror. But sure. Yeah, I want to reconnect with some kid that I, like, obligatorily hung out with in, like, fucking, like, 4th grade. Suck a dick. And I'm not even saying specifically that person, like, maybe he did genuinely mean well. Maybe it has nothing to do with my mom. I don't know. But, like, I was like, I'm not dealing with it. There aren't many children from when I was a child that, like, would probably, like, you know... Because I've seen people that I recognize from, like, high school every once in a while. It's very rare that I do, but I'll see them, and I, like, don't really engage. Or at the very least, if I do, I don't go, like, remember me from high school? I just kind of treat them like a normal stranger. And the cool thing about being me is that a lot of them don't fucking recognize me anymore, which is fucking awesome. Love that. Genuinely, like, I'm not being dark. I love that. I love they don't fucking remember me. Somebody the other day that Sad and I both know, where it was like, kind of fucked up that they, like, I mean, it's cool that you come along that where, like, people don't recognize you, but also, fuck, people don't recognize you. I was like, good. So immediately, like, good. Fuck them. Oh, I can use my new toy on this. Look at that. Oh, hang on. No, what the fuck? It's just spraying everywhere. There we go. God damn. Wait, where the fuck is it going? Hey, bitch. Spray. It's not metal? Oh, I think I'm out of juice. Oh, I purposely put it on that so I don't... Yeah, no, I did that specifically so I wouldn't waste it. See? This is what I was talking about earlier. I have now, in my adult form, living on my own, gotten in the habit of doing many things that are nice for myself. Because, you know, I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but, like, as dark as it is, I didn't do that for myself as a kid. I wasn't raised to do nice things for myself. I didn't know how to do nice things for myself. But, like, then when I moved out and moved in with my friends, I was like, oh, I can do these things and they're nice for everybody. And then when I moved out on my own with the cats, where I technically had a roommate, but she was never there, so I basically just lived alone in a 2-bedroom apartment with 2 cats. I was like, oh, if I do a lot of these things, my life will be easier the next day. That will make me feel better. And it did. I've been doing a lot of those things, and it comes with it. It just comes with everything. It comes with food prep. It comes with fucking sleep. Not for tonight, but sleep schedule usually. Like just desserts. It happened with the cats. You know, a lot of good shit. In my stream setup. You know, but then the cool thing is that I'll forget that I did that shit for myself because I'm not used to being nice to myself, and then I'll be like, wait a second, what the fuck, bitch, what did you fuck up this time? And then I'll have a fucking freak out, and then I'll be like, oh, you didn't do that because you did a nice thing for yourself. Good job, but also fuck you. You have to remember that for next time. This is one of those times. Case in point, I'm gonna do it again right now. I guarantee you, I will forget. Like, immediately. Guaranteed. Guarantee I will forget. When I need it again in like 2 seconds. I also have glass cleaner, but these are pretty quick. I know these don't take long because I already did them. I'm so salty. Fuck you, Steam. Fuck you, Steam. Did I do that railing? I did. Looks like you could use a railing. Well, we're at the point of the night, everybody, where I've started talking about my fucking parents and kids I met in elementary school. I remember this. If there's no better time to talk about this, I remember this now. There's probably a few. There's one kid from elementary school that, not to the point where I'm like, I want to go meet them, but like, there's a part of me that really, over all the other kids, hopes that they're doing okay, and that she's like fine. There was this kid. Something in the game just ding at me? For what purpose? For what purpose? She, God, it had to have been like 3rd grade. Maybe 2nd grade even. We were like really young. And there were like a few, because this is the fucking patriarchal bullshit I was raised in as a kid. Mostly by my own mother. That's what I hate about evangelicalism. It brainwashes a bunch of women to be the rudest fucking bitches on the planet. All in the name of oppressing themselves. It's the most bizarre, disgusting fucking shit. Anyway. But there was this kid, and I remember her. I mean, I don't remember any of the times we had together. But, you know, I was a pretty fucking weird kid. I always have been a weird person. This wasn't a thing that developed through, like, you know, after high school or something. Or as the result of getting copious amounts of pussy and just fucking people every single day, like 5 times a day, you know? Yeah, how I do. But there was a kid that, like, actually had fun with me and wanted to talk to me and shit. But again, I'm trans, see? So, I fucking... Back then, it was a different thing. Again, see what I just said about forgetting the metal cleaner? I did it. There you go. Come on. Come on in and finish your thought. Ow. Whoa. Come on. Why is my metal cleaner not metal cleaning? Did I already run out of the liter? I think I ran out of the liter. Oh, you gotta refill. Reloading. You gotta, anyway. And it was weird because we knew each other from like a grade or 2 beforehand, but we never like, and we'd like have to do like, you know, the 2nd grade equivalent of group projects together. Whatever that means, right? Is there any other metal doors? I don't think so. There's other metal, but not like metal doors. Actually, it's glass. It might be convenient to waste a little bit on this, though. Truth be told. And then... they sat us next to each other. They like rearranged all the desks in the class one day. And they had us next to each other, and we were like having a grand time and like making fucking like stupid little 2nd grader jokes like behind the teacher's back and shit. And then some conversation about friends came up, and it was like part of the lesson plan. And we were like, it was like, okay, now it's like we're gonna do these group projects together. And the kid looks to me, and she was like, "Hey, are you my friend?" And it like blew my fucking mind, just because of the fucking gender norms that I was raised in. Isn't that fucked up? Isn't that fucking sad? And the problem is with that, and why I bring it up, is that I don't have a happy ending to that. It's just this kid that like had a friend who was me, but I was so caught up in the shit that my parents glued into my head that like, yes, we were friends. We were having a great time together. We were facing the fucking shit of Redneckia USA together as children. And I didn't know I was a girl yet, because I wasn't allowed to be. This was after I expressed femininity to my mom and was shut down, by the way. This did happen. So for all intents and purposes, I knew I was trans and didn't know what to do with it yet. Give that another fucking, like, 21 years. Anyway, but yeah, I said, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Isn't that fucking terrible? Isn't that fucking sad? The little kids can't even have fun together. What a load of shit. I think if you're in... Even if you think you're doing the best thing to protect your kid, if a bunch of second graders can't even, like, have fun together because of something you instilled in their brain, maybe it's you. Maybe you're the problem, you know? Just a thought. Just maybe the parenting is the problem. Maybe the garbage ideology you're feeding your kid is why they're an outcast in school. Just a thought. Maybe it's partially your fault. What a weird fucking dark turn this stream has taken while listening to fucking Escape from the City from Sonic Adventure 2. Welcome to Random Rings streams where Aiden is just... You know what, actually, I'm so fucking unhinged on stream 24/7 and just say whatever the fuck I want. This is actually, like, not even that weird. I'm just being more honest about it being weird. Oh no, I did add Lava Reef Zone Act 1 to the list. I thought I did. We're listening to Act 2 earlier, and I was like, oh, I gotta add Act 1. I did Act 1. I got both. Hey! 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 Act 1. I've been doing that to people recently. Like, I don't just go, hey, talk to me. Because I feel like with my voice sometimes it's, like, too abrupt and it seems angry. So I've been going up to people now and comically going, hey. Because I'd rather than think I'm stopping them from doing something dangerous than think I'm going to fucking punch them in the mouth. And I think that's pretty understandable. I don't think that's a weird thing. I think if you had socially one of two options, I think you'd rather want to come up to people calmly and be like, oh, and not, ugh. Pretty sure if I had to take a wild fucking guess. It is 2:30. It is almost 2:30 in the goddamn morning. I want to finish this fucking fireplace, but like, it's 2:30 in the morning. Do I still have Coke in this bottle? Have I not been drinking water for like a half hour? That's probably the only reason my voice is hoarse. That's probably the only reason I sound like a man right now. I wish I had money for earbuds. I genuinely, there's this thing. I don't know how many people actually do it, but I actually want to do it, if only for like a short period of time. I want to. The idea is basically like you play this little pitch in your ear, and that's like the baseline of your talking, so you can catch yourself and be like, oh, because I don't know how to explain to people that aren't trans. Like, I'm like 99% sure trans mask people also have this issue. Maybe not all of them, but probably a lot of them. For trans femme people that want to feminize their voice, you know, not all trans femme people want to. And I want to stress that they don't want to, and that's fine, and that's sexy, you know. Everybody loves a sexy. Everybody thinks that a woman having a lower voice and a croakier voice is sexy until you find out the woman has a penis and balls, and then your world is turned upside down. And I think that's bullshit. She was sexy 2 seconds ago. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so basically the idea is that you like, you know, so you'd put like what the fuck is this song? It's Fairy of Aurora Icefield from Song Gems Collection. Or you don't. It's a very funny joke that you act like you don't know the song and don't dance to it every day in the mirror. Do your hair. Wait, here it comes. Yeah! It's 2:30 in the morning. This fucking sucks. This stream sucks. Okay, so Now that that's over, okay, so Sonic Gems Collection had the museum menu, and you could unlock songs. When you played enough of the games, it would give you unlocks, and some of them were songs, and a lot of them are remixes done by, like, various Sonic composers and shit, including Makimoro and Naofumi Hataya. I don't know what else Hataya has worked on, actually, off the top of my head. Makimoro just made the original song of that, the Aurora Icefield song, because he's the one who worked on, the Sonic the Fighters song, soundtrack. But yeah, it was all from, like, games that were on Sonic Gems collections. There were remixes of, like, I think, it was mostly just Sonic CD, Sonic the Fighters, and Sonic R shit. So there was, like, weird, like, dreamy remixes of, like, Can You Feel the Sunshine and shit, which are actually, like, genuinely cool. So that's just, like, you know, a weird, like, poppy, high-fidelity version of, Aurora Icefield, but instead of the, like, mid-range kind of, like, plucky synth that does the melody line, it's now Fumi Hataya. Yeah, I mean, it's not quite Rumbling Highway, though. So that's what Fairy of AIF is. Fairy of Aurora Icefield. The lyrics are apparently very, like, incel-y. They're very, like, we're nice guys. I wish everyone would suck our dicks. We didn't try to be mean. Please fuck us. My heart is broken. But beyond that, it's a good song. I mean, I genuinely like it. I think his voice isn't bad. It's just funny. Good for the people who made that track. But yeah, I remember distinctly because I would just listen to Sonic songs that were in, like, sound tests and shit. Like, I would just have these fucking incredible, like, fucking space out sessions with, like, some Sonic CD shit. I would shuffle, like, the Sonic Gems Collection museum songs. I think I unlocked all the remixes at one point. And specifically in Sonic Heroes, the Team Chaotix theme, specifically, I don't know why. I don't know what that says about me as a child. To the point, literally, where my dad, who, like, didn't pay attention to video game music at all, like, came in the room and was like, "Hey, what are you doing in here?" And I was like, "I'm playing Sonic Heroes." It's like, okay. Alright. Bye. I'm not gonna ask any more questions about that. Thank God, Dad almost caught me jerking off to the Team Chaotix theme from Sonic Heroes. Oh, that would have been so embarrassing. Sonic Heroes? That's cringe, kid! What the fuck you doing in my house, under my roof, jamming to Sonic Heroes? I would love it if my fucking 295-pound fucking, like, 6'5" dad came in the room and was like, "Bitch!" And then came in with the fucking, like, a CD of, like, the Sonic R soundtrack. It was like, "This is the real shit, you fucking idiot. I haven't raised you right if you're not listening to this shit. Oh, you're gonna feel the sunshine, kid." Like, he comes in like he's angry at me, like I fucking, like, shat all over the basement or something, but he's just, but all he wants me to do is just listen to the Sonic R soundtrack. Because I was banging my head to Team Chaotix, and he's like, "Okay, you fucking cringelord." Dad tried to get me into... I remember one of the biggest moments of me figuring out what gay people were, and, like, what started the twinge in my brain of, like, I should figure out more about these people, was him figuring out. I started listening to rock and metal, and I was like, "What kind of stuff do you listen to, huh, Dad?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm actually putting together a playlist while I, like, do work and stuff right now. You can come see what I'm working on." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I stood over his shoulder, basically, and watched him, like, he was like, "Here's some of this stuff." I was like, "I guess that's pretty cool." And he's like, "Yeah, here's some Judas Priest." I was like, "Yeah, I listened to some Judas Priest. I haven't heard that song, though. That song's cool." He's like, "He's gay, you know." I was like, "What?" Yeah, the guy from Judas Priest, his name's Rob Halford. He's gay. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, he's like gay. I was like, okay. And my brain was spinning. I was like, does that mean what I think it means? Wait a minute, Dad listens to gay people music? Like, I thought that was a thing we weren't allowed to do. But Dad does it? Like, he listens to music about men loving men? I don't understand. This is bizarre to me. And then I found out it's because Dad doesn't understand that and thinks that it's just Rob Halford, like, the occasional perversion, like, which some people's sexuality is like this, which is fine, but I think he genuinely thinks that gay men, like, all gay men, are just, like, it's like the difference between, like, I think I'm gonna go buy Cool Ranch Doritos today. And Cool Ranch Doritos is, like, getting pegged. Like, and again, for some people, that is how it is. But I don't think that's the way it is. I don't think this is what he thought it was. I think he just thought all gay men are like that, and that's what Rob Halford was, and Freddie Mercury to boot, because he also liked some Queen stuff. It was really weird because he was like, "Oh yeah, Queen rocks. You don't like Bohemian Rhapsody? Oh, I've raised you wrong. Haha, lol." And then later I'd be like, "Hey, I was listening to Night at the Opera. That album fucking slaps." I think I was like 19 or some shit when I brought that up. I was like, yo, Night at the Opera is fucking awesome. And he was like, oh, is that like that's like later on, right? Like, I was like, I think it's like their like 6th album or some shit. I don't know. They have a lot of albums. And he was like, yeah, I didn't really like that stuff. And then every single song I ever heard him listen to, I looked back later after I like really listened to Night at the Opera as like an adult, and was like, wait, all these songs are on Night at the Opera. Is my dad a fucking idiot? By that age, I already knew that. But yeah, let's see, give me a 2. He got me into Paul Gilbert. I don't think I would have stumbled upon Paul Gilbert, if it, not for my dad. And I don't listen to Paul Gilbert anymore. What time is it? It's 2:40. I said it was 2:30 and it's time to stop, like, forever. I'm, like, genuinely tempted to just finish this fucking stage. Can I do this by it's almost 3 in the morning. I need to fucking stop. I mean, how much do I have left? This whole fucking wall? That's gonna take way longer than, like, 10 minutes. Oh, we still have this wall, too. Yeah, no, we're gonna cut stream here. I think we're done. As much as I want to make fun of my fucking upbringing some more and talk about more tales from Redneckia, I think it's about the time. I think it's about time to pull an ancient Joji meme and say it's time to stop. In which case I'm probably actually just gonna like play this off screen. This is what I always do when I stop playing Power Wash Simulator on stream. I always just go to bed and didn't play it until I passed the fuck out. Worked very well last time, in fact. I will say. Slept like a fucking baby. Fuck all those. Sleep like a baby. Oh, let's see what's up on, oh, I still have Twitter open. That's not what I wanted to do. Surprised my bandwidth didn't fucking tank. I don't have anybody to raid, so that's just the end for me. Thanks everybody for watching, and watching me washing. Thursday, Super Mario Sunshine. Not a meme. I'm doing it. For real this time. Have a good one, Sat. Hey, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Thanks, bud. I'm sure I'll talk to you real soon. But, yeah. Bye, everybody.